Captain, before we step onto this time trail island, tell me, what does after make you feel when it points to what comes later in time, what follows in a sequence, and what you chase or look for as a goal? Meaning 1. Later in time, following a moment. Used when something happens next in a sequence. Example: we will explore the eastern shore after the tide rises. Common use: after lunch, after sunset, after the meeting. After tide. Meaning 2. Behind or following in position. Used when moving behind someone or something physically. Example: she walked after the guide along the narrow path. Common use: walk after, run after, follow after. After the guide. Meaning 3. Seeking or trying to reach something. Used when someone pursues a goal, object, or idea. Example: the crew went after a safer route around the cliffs. Common use: go after, aim after, search after. After safer route. After is usually a preposition, but it can also describe pursuit, as in be after something. Context tells whether it means time or chasing a goal. Let the timeline guide you, Captain. Carry after for what comes later, what follows next, and what you pursue with intent as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this stage and action island, tell me, what does act make you feel when it means to do something, to perform like an actor, and to function in a role or have a specific effect? Meaning 1. To do something, to take action. Used when someone chooses to do a task or respond to a situation. Example: the crew had to act quickly during the storm. Common use: act now, act fast, act with care. Act quickly. Meaning 2. To perform on a stage. Used when someone plays a role in a show or dramatic scene. Example: she can act in the island's evening plays. Common use: act in a play, act a part, act on stage. Act on stage. Meaning 3. To behave in a way that is not real. Used when someone pretends or shows behavior that hides true feelings. Example: he tried to act calm even though he was nervous. Common use: act calm, act brave, act interested. Act calm. Act is a flexible word. It can describe doing, performing, or functioning. In phrases like act as, it often meant serve as. Step forward with purpose, Captain. Carry act for taking action, performing a role, and serving as something that guides the next move as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this extra piece island, tell me, what does addition make you feel when it means putting something extra onto a set? The math operation of adding, and a new part or extension added to a building or plan. Meaning 1. The process of adding things together. Used when numbers, items, or ideas are joined to make a larger total. Example: the addition of 2 crates gave the crew enough supplies. Common use: simple addition, addition of items, addition in math. Addition, more, meaning 2, something extra that is included. Used when a new part is added to a group, place, or plan. Example: the new sail is a great addition to the ship. Common use: a new addition, useful addition, welcome addition. New addition, meaning 3, a remark added after the main part. Used when someone adds an extra comment or note. Example: in addition, the lookout shared news of a coming storm. Common use: in addition, addition to the report, any addition. In addition. Addition can mean extra items, math, or an extension. One common connector phrase is in addition to, meaning as well as. Layer it thoughtfully, Captain. Carry addition for extra pieces, clear totals, and new extensions that expand the journey as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this precision island, tell me, what does accurate make you feel when it means correct and free of mistakes, exact in measurement or detail, and reliable enough to trust for decisions? Meaning 1. Correct, free from mistakes. Used when information or statements match the truth. Example: the map gave accurate directions to the hidden bay. Common use: accurate facts, accurate report, accurate answer. Accurate map, meaning 2, exact or precise in measurement. Used when tools or numbers are correct to the needed level. Example: the compass showed accurate degrees for the new route. Common use: accurate reading, accurate measurement, accurate instrument. Accurate degree, meaning 3, done with care and skill. Used when an action is carried out carefully so it lands exactly right. Example: her accurate throw saved the rope from drifting away. Common use: accurate throw, accurate strike, accurate aim. accurate throw. Accurate describes correctness. For very small detail, English also uses precise, but accurate is the everyday word for right. Trust the details, Captain. Carry accurate for being correct, being exact, and being dependable when the route depends on truth as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this rules and alignment island, tell me, what does accordance make you feel when it means agreement with a rule, acting in harmony with instructions, and matching a standard in a formal way? Meaning 1. Following a rule, law, or instruction, used when actions match what an official rule or guideline requires. Example: the crew acted in accordance with safety rules during the storm. Common use: in accordance with the law, in accordance with rules, in accordance with orders. In accordance with rules. Meaning 2. Agreement or consistency between ideas. Used when two plans, opinions, or statements match each other. Example: their plan was in accordance with the captain's chart. Common use: in accordance with a plan, in accordance with a view, in accordance with facts. In accordance. Meaning 3. Acting in harmony with others. Used when people behave in a way that supports each other naturally. Example: the team rowed in accordance, keeping the boat steady. Common use: work in accordance, move in accordance, act in accordance. In accordance. Accordance is most common in the fixed phrase, in accordance with, which is formal and means following or in line with. Align your actions with the standard, Captain. Carry accordance for rule-based agreement, plan-based harmony, and formal compliance that keeps the voyage legitimate as we sail to the next island.